The mountain exploded in dust and screaming metal as the convoy burned under a sky that felt too close to breathe. Bullets carved the air like invisible knives, and the last radio call cracked through the chaos with a voice that sounded more like a farewell than a command. The Navy SEALs were pinned down, bleeding, outnumbered, and certain the next minute would be their last. One of them shouted that they were going to die, and for a heartbeat the world seemed to agree with him. But far above the shattered ridge, hidden behind broken stone and silence, a rookie nurse gripped a rifle she was never meant to carry, her hands trembling as she made a decision that would change everything. Backhand index pointing right. If you believe in kindness, second chances, and ordinary people becoming heroes when it matters most, take a moment to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel Bright Hearts. Your support helps stories like this reach more hearts. She had joined the mission as medical support, not a soldier. Her name was Lena, and only 3 weeks earlier she had been working under soft hospital lights, learning to steady her breath while stitching wounds instead of firing rounds. The deployment had come suddenly, a humanitarian escort mission that turned violent when intelligence failed and an ambush swallowed the convoy whole. Lena remembered the moment the first explosion lifted dust into the sky like a curtain being ripped apart. She remembered the silence that followed before the screaming started. And she remembered thinking that she didn't belong there, that she was simply a nurse holding onto a backpack full of bandages while chaos hunted everyone around her. The SEALs fought with brutal precision, moving between rocks and smoke, but the enemy had height and numbers. One by one, injuries stacked faster than Lena could treat them. She crawled across gravel that felt like broken glass, pressing gauze against wounds, whispering words she hoped sounded strong even though fear wrapped. She remembered a moment from months earlier, when an old instructor had told her that being a healer didn't mean she was weak. He had said that courage wasn't about choosing violence, but about protecting life when no one else could. That memory rose above the chaos like a steady light. Lena crawled forward, grabbed the rifle, and pulled herself toward a narrow gap between rocks that offered a view of the ridge. Her breath came in uneven bursts, and the world felt impossibly loud, yet inside her mind something grew quiet. She wasn't trying to be a hero, she was trying to give the wounded a chance to survive. The rifle felt heavy, unfamiliar. She adjusted her position the way she had seen others do, forcing her shaking hands to slow. Through the scope, the battlefield shrank into shapes and shadows. She searched for movement, for the flicker that marked the enemy sniper's position. Minutes stretched into forever, each second filled with doubt. She thought about the people she had left behind at home, the small apartment filled with half-read books, the promise she had made to her younger brother that she would come back safe. Fear tried to pull her away from the moment, but she held on. When she finally saw the faint silhouette against the rocks, time seemed to pause. The enemy sniper shifted slightly, unaware of the quiet observer watching from below. Lena hesitated, her heart pounding so loudly she thought it might shake the rifle. She had spent her life saving lives, not taking them. Yet she also saw the wounded operators behind her, men who trusted her to keep them breathing. The decision came not from anger, but from a fierce need to protect. She exhaled slowly, steadied the scope, and fired one shot that echoed across the valley like a single, defiant heartbeat. Silence followed. Not complete silence, but a sudden break in the relentless pressure. The ridge went still. The incoming fire slowed, then faltered. The SEALs lifted their heads, disbelief flashing.